Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for Ready to Love. This episode started out with the men because they are the ones who are in control this week and they're in the gentleman's lounge. Tommy is letting them know that the women who they have on their radar that they see themselves with at the end of this competition are going to have to meet up with their ex girlfriends. So yeah, a lot of them looking kind of nervous. So I'm like, child, it's like I get it because see, I'm the type of person, as I've already told y'all before, I don't deal with my exes after it's over with. I don't deal with my exes after it's over with. Usually they have tried me to the highest level, and it's like there's no friendship. Now I can be cordial after some time has gone by, after I've healed from dealing with you. Like I'm not petty like that. I'm really not petty like that. I can speak, I will speak, or something like that. But we ain't finna be going out and being best friends and all the other stuff. That is not me. Can't do it. But anyway, a lot of them are looking nervous, and it is what it is. So the first one that we see having the meeting is Cornelius, and y'all know Cornelius is the one who looks like my friend, and I really need to get him to let me know if this is cuz I'm gonna straight up ask him, do you have a cousin named Cornelius that is from the DMV? I'm so serious. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, my friend literally looks like the young version of him with hair. Like the younger, because I'm not trying to read him. I just don't want nobody to try to come for me. I'm not trying to read. I'm just saying my friend is younger than him. So it is what it is. But he does look like a younger version of him. And their mannerisms are, it's ridiculous as to how much they do so much of the exact same way, the way they tilt their head, the way they like cut their eye, all that stuff, the smile. I'm just child. Anyway, so let me go ahead and get into this. So y'all know that his top is Camille, and I'm just like, why? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. This don't make y'all. I'm sorry. This really don't make no sense for this tea to be this good. This don't make no sense. Yes, it is raspberry tea again. But anyway, Camille came over to his place, and his ex was already over there, and he believes in taking your shoes off. So she noticed that there were already shoes there when she entered into his home. And so he was like, yeah, I have a surprise for you. So the ex came, the ex was there and they were talking, and he felt like that particular ex is someone who needed to be there to talk to her and see, if she could get a feel for the energy and all that stuff that she's bringing, because she knows the spiritual path that he was on, wants to know if, she's still if she's gonna be that type of person, like if you're not gonna be aligned with what he got going on, then it's not gonna work. Like, so she really trying to get a feel for her. Child. Mm-mm. I don't know what it was, but this was the first time that I ever saw Camille act somewhat sane, not crazy. And then it's like it clicked right back on when she was in front of him after the conversation was over. Like, I don't understand what it is. Like, she really seemed like if we would have seen Camille act like this the entire time, the way that she was speaking to the ex, I would have been like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like nobody would ever think that she was crazy. But then it's like as soon as the pleasantries were out of the way, and then they had their conversation, and then she was about to be escorted out, the heifer was like, oh, so how long is she gonna be here? Like, I mean, like what is how long is she gonna be over here? Like, girl, what is you talking about? And then, like, y'all know that she has been engaged like 3 times. So that is like a red flag for the ex. Like, what is going on? And for Cornelius, he wants to know, like, is she gonna do me like that? Like, is that something that I'm gonna have to worry about? And those are valid concerns. Because some ain't right. Like, what happened? 3 different times you done got engaged, and you were the runaway bride, according to your friends. Like, I'm glad that he actually sat there and asked those questions that day, because he would have been looking crazy. The next person that we see is Phil, and he has his ex at some like outdoor area, like at nighttime, because y'all know he's the nightlife type of person. Like, is he the night? No, that's Frank. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they outside, and Shiloh comes up. Then not long after that, Tasia comes up. So Tasia is all in the confessional, expressing how she's feeling some type of way because she thought that this was going to be a situation where they were going to have a date. It was already enough that the ex was there. So, and then she's upset and feels some type of way about the seating chart, if you will, because the way it is right now is Phil is like at the head of this table. Then Shiloh's right here next to him. The ex is on the other side of him. And Tasia is sitting on the other side of Shiloh. So for her to seem like she's a very vocal person, I don't understand why she didn't ask if they could like switch seats. Like, whatever. Like if she felt that strongly about it, instead of waiting until she got to the confessional to say something to the confessional. Child, Shiloh is asking all these nice questions, and well, when the ex was asking questions, she was very, very vocal and very, very forthcoming. Tasia felt like she was being cut off. When Tasia actually answered questions, it seemed like red flags were going off because it's like, why are you trying to say that? Why would you tell somebody that you operate from a strategic place? The way she said it, it seemed like, ooh, wait a minute, I don't know about all that. It was too much. Phil over here about to choke on his drink, and he's noticing that she does not seem very confident. She's not coming off as confident like she normally does. So it's a mess. Yeah. It's crazy that Shiloh was asking old girl, like, what are his red flags? And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I know that's right. Ask those questions, sis, because you need to know. She basically was like, the communication could be better. He seems like when he's in person, he's cool, but when he texts, it might be kind of shaky. But yeah, the communication needs to be there. Yeah. At this point, the way that situation went, Tasia is the one who looked like she's gonna be going home this week, and I already am shocked that she has been able to be around as long as she has been. She does have something about her that comes across as attractive to men, but like in situations like this, it's like you cannot let other women start to like the way that she acted in that moment, the way that she reacted to the fact that she wasn't the only one there. You could tell the confidence wasn't what it needed to be. Like you can't let these other women see that you shook. Do not get shook by these situations. If you meant to be with this person, it's gonna happen. So why get shook? That's the stuff I don't be understanding. So anyway, then we see the person who I actually was talking about earlier, who is Frank. He's the one who's in the nightlife or whatever. And so they showed his ex. Mameen came, and the newest woman, Sydney. So they linked up. It was crazy because Mameen just seemed like she was just there as a fixture. She barely said anything. But then when she was in the confessional, she had everything to say and was like, well, I'm confident and I'm not, bothered by any of these things. And yes, they have this obvious chemistry or whatever, but I'm confident in my spot. Sydney came prepared. She had a whole list of things that she wanted to know about him. I'm like, I know that's right. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like I told y'all, I have a list. Like if I ever ventured back out there, which I don't anticipate happening, y'all gonna have to comply to what I'm talking about. And I mean, it's nothing that's like out of the way. It's actual stuff that should come natural to people. But it's stuff that has never happened, or it happens at first and then it stops. I don't have time. But yeah, she wanted to know about so much very, very important things. Need to know about the family situation, how you think he gonna be with that, like what's his love language, and what was the reason why y'all ain't together no more. Apparently when they was together, the attention kind of you know, went down. Like he wasn't giving her that much attention. So now she was just like, oh no. But yeah, they had a great time, and he started sweating. Sydney got up and like dabbed his face, and I was like, ooh. And like I said, Mummy, here she'll go again in the confessional talking, and I'm just like, girl. So anyway, yeah, she wants to have kids and all that stuff. Wanted to know how, the ex wanted to know how they feel about family and all that stuff because he's big on family. Mumin has not had that, family dynamic, but she wants to have that in somebody who she's in a relationship with. So, I hate that for people who have not had that experience because I was blessed enough to have two very, very present parents who showed me what a amazing Black relationship is supposed to look like. It thrives and all of that. They might not be rich, but when I tell you the love, the support, like the things that my father has done to show me that he sets it off for my mama, it has been nothing but inspiring and very encouraging. Now, y'all probably looking at me like, girl, you just said all that, but you talking about you ain't trying to be in a relationship no more. I'm tired, honey. I'm tired in my spirit. I'm tired. I've been through some things. I'm tired. Now, if the Lord come down and points me to that person and tell me this is going to be the one, okay, maybe. I don't know. I'm tired. Right now, I'm tired. But it is what it is. So, yeah. The ex is talking about she's only really concerned as to whether or not, he is going to focus on what he needs or what he wants, because a lot of the times these dudes be like, ooh, she fine, and they go after what they want and not what they need. Now, it's crazy because the next person who we see is Walter and his ex. And you would think that the person who she ultimately picks would be the person who would not be well, to me, I was very shocked by the person that she chose. We'll get to that though. But the way they did it was they had Walter meeting with some people, then they had Dante meeting with some people. So when Walter was meeting up with folks, he met up with Sabrina. Sabrina looked awesome. I was like, yes. It was Sabrina, and I don't want to say the wrong name. Let me look at her face when she get on the screen, y'all, because I really don't want to say the wrong name. I think it's Zadia. I wanted to make sure, but yeah, because I know she ended up having like a couple of dates. Because I was like, wait a minute, is this the one where she had a couple of dates? So at first we saw Sabrina come, and so Sabrina was kind of blindsided, like, oh, so this is what we're doing. I wasn't expecting that. But they were sitting next to one another, and like she had her hand on his hand, and they were kind of like made up or whatever. And this was like right before Mumin showed up. It's Mumin, y'all. Why did I say Zadia? Anyway, I meant Mumin. Y'all excuse me. So anyway, Mumin was there. I'm actually kind of shocked myself. Like, Mumin is a really nice person, but to me, it's just always been Sabrina. Now, will it actually happen? I don't know, as far as she and Walter are concerned. But she was kind of thrown off when she saw Mumin, and she just is very confident. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's the way to be. So you could tell that she was exuding this elegance, and I am, I'm not bothered by anybody else, and I know what I bring to the table. And Mumin was just kind of there again, in my opinion. Like, I ain't trying to make it seem like it was a situation where it was like, it was everything. I don't know if this was true or not, but Sabrina said that she had somewhere to be work-wise. She had a styling situation that she had to do for her job. And so Mumin ended up being left there with her and Walter, the ex and Walter. So they were talking. She wanted to know about the sex and all of that. I don't know. She actually had an event that she had to go sing at. So it's like everybody had to leave. And so I was like, okay, interesting. Oh, okay. I don't know. That for some reason it just went, that was kind of awkward. I don't know if it was because the both of them were shocked to see one another or not, but the ex was just like, look, I feel like Mumin would be the safe bet. I was like, what? Now you know that the physical for Walter, I feel like he's leaning way more towards Sabrina than Mumin. And it is what it is. But the ex said what she said. But because I'm pretty sure in the past he sat up there and relied on somebody being fine, and it was just surface. And so that's what she wants to make sure, that it's just not surface. And let's get up under them layers and see who really bringing something to the table that actually is going to be beneficial, and you will end up having a great relationship to come out of it. So then, like I told y'all, Dante, he was on a date. He had a date with Zadia, and I don't know why I forgot the person. Hold on. Let me get to it. I done fast forward all past it. Zadia and Shiloh. So somebody wanted to know like the love languages and all this other stuff. The ex said something about how, if he's not touchy feely and all into you like that, then you might need to, you might be in danger. I mean, everything was all good until that's what was said. I was like, ooh, child. Dante's ex says that, she can tell that he has grown, and somebody wanted to know, like, looking back on how things were and how they are now, like, in the now, would you date current Dante? And she was like, in all honesty, yes, I would. And so the ladies are kind of like shocked, like mainly Shiloh. She's like, wow, you're seeing the growth now. The fact that you're saying that even though y'all are exes, you would date him even now. Like, it was big. That really was big for her to say. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I keep saying this man's name wrong, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Naim, Naim. He ended up meeting up with his ex. Her skin is everything, and she's chocolatey. I was like, wow, her teeth were gorgeous too. Like, y'all, I can't wait till I get my teeth fixed and just ooh, y'all ain't be able to tell me nothing. So anyway, he met up with the ex, and Zadia was there, and before she got there, she wanted to know, like, oh, she's a trainer. Oh, okay, so she got a fat booty. Okay. You can tell me if that's what it is. So he was like, no, she actually is a beautiful woman. Okay, cool. Well, so when she got there, he was like, yeah, she asked me, do you have a fat booty? And she was already like, oh, wait a minute, y'all went off. So anyway, they talking, the food come out, and it's like she wanted to know what's the love language. You know what I'm saying? He loves somebody that can cook or whatever. And so the ex was like, oh yeah, that's a plus. That, if you can cook, then that's great. So he was like, yeah, Zadia cooks. Child, she was like, well, he doesn't like touch. He doesn't like physical touch, because she made a point to say physical touch is like her thing. And so she was like, oh no, he doesn't like physical touch. And so Naeem was like, no, that's not true. So she was like, oh, so you just didn't like to cuddle with me. Oh, okay. So Zadia looking like, okay, what is going on here? Like, this is too much. Like, what is going on? So, like, is he lying and saying that he doesn't like to cuddle? Well, or was the ex lying and saying that, or was he just denying it in the moment because he wants to have a connection with somebody? Because to me, ain't nobody really checking for him like that. So I'm like, is that what it is? I don't know. He seemed like he want a lot. It seemed like he really want a lot, and that he is so particular about stuff to the point where it's like, okay, you doing too much. I don't know. So at this point, apparently he has his guard up, and so Zadia is like, well, hopefully you'll let that gate down for me. Like, are you willing to let that gate down? I'm like, okay. I don't see it. Like, I don't see the connection at all. But who am I? Child, the ex said that, after Zadia left, she was like, I feel like women look at you as a way out, or a way to basically, get their way up, build. You know what I'm saying? As I've told y'all before, with my exes, it's like they get with me and they come up in life and then it's over with. And it is what it is. And I feel like that's what they're trying to say I feel like that's what the ex is saying, that women have looked at him and they see him as. And so he was like, "Oh, I don't see it like that." She was like, "Yeah, that's what it is, because all you see is a fat booty." I was like, "Woo, child." Although there wasn't a moment when this person could meet an ex, Sydney wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to link up with Phil because she thought he was fine when she first saw him, and she wanted to take him out on a date. So they ended up going out to this place where they were working out. They had a little workout session, they were talking, and Phil now sees that there's a connection with her as well that came from out of nowhere. He feels like she's not just a beautiful face, but that she has some depth to her. And she's still attracted to him. So I don't know. They look good, like separately and together. So I mean, I could see that. Everybody is back at the Gentleman's Lounge. They're discussing how those meetings went with the exes and their potential mates. And a lot of people are like kind of confused about Sabrina right now, because y'all know everybody named Mama wanted her before. And after all was said and done, Sabrina and Tasia are in the bottom two. When Tasia saw that Phil was the one who was talking to her, you know, it seemed cool at first, but then it's like once she started realizing that this was that conversation, she was just like, oh, okay. And it's like everything Phil said was really, really cool. It was really, really nice. He was like, oh yeah, you like the realest person in here. And so she was just like, well, apparently, like, is that true? Like, really? Am I? Like, does that even matter at this point? Man, Sabrina was tied off rip. Like, she already saw what was coming from a mile away. She wasn't even here for it. He hadn't even started talking to her about what was going on. So ultimately, he was like, look, a lot of the dudes, brought you up in conversation because we've noticed that, even though a lot of us have a great connection with you, there have been certain things that you've said that came up in conversation that might have been misconstrued. And y'all already know it's about the children and all that stuff. And she was just like, look, I noticed that this was the week that the men were in control, and all of a sudden, I ain't hear from not now one of y'all, with the exception of Walter. Like, he the only one who I really even talked to, but the rest of y'all, all of a sudden, y'all was mute. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the problem? I was like, whoa, child. And so, feeling the confessional, like, I hope she dial it back a little bit so I can have a chance to talk to her, so to take the heat off a little bit. So, he was just like, look, we have decided that, despite everything, you are, we're going to give you another chance. Child, it was so crazy. Like, while he was talking to her, here he is, he over here. She looking over in the distance, like, child, like when you are not interested and you don't want to hear nobody, you will look everywhere but at that person. And she was at that point, she was tired. She was over it. Cause she was just like, don't sit up here and act like y'all like me and want to be with me and want all of this, but then y'all ain't got nothing to say to me this week. That ain't how it go. So, at this point, she looking at them like, is this really what it's supposed to be? I really thought she was going, self-eliminate because she was tired. And Tasia ended up being the one going home, and it is what it is. But, I'm actually shocked she stayed as long as she did. I'm sorry. Because as usual, I just felt like everybody saw her as the biggest person there, and they got homie vibes for her, and that was it. That was pretty much it. Even though some of the people tried to act like, oh, I'm here for you. Ooh, I like that personality. I like that spunk. I like that fire. It seemed like it was just really coming across more so as homie vibes instead of real, like, romantic chemistry. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap review for Ready to Love. I will try to be back with something else shortly. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give my video a thumbs up, and let's get down in the comment section and discuss this. Y'all have a good one.